You're listening to another episode of Mr. Allard's Neighborhood. This is the place where you're entitled to Brad's opinion. And now for your host, Brad Allard.
Well, did we all survive the 4th of July?
We did.
We did.
Barely,
Okay.
but we did.
Well, I'm here with Gabrina Solis Daniels. Do you want me to drop the Solis? Or you like that too?
It doesn't matter.
It's no hyphen in it, so there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. I'm easy. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, Miss Daniels here, the head of the chamber, and she has her two latest employees, both named Jessica, which is confusing, I'm sure. But we'll introduce them. They'll give us a life story. They're going to tell us all about their financial status and their deepest fears, and when's the last time they cried? It's just like an Oprah experience today,
exactly.
and things like that. And no big deal. No, we're going to talk about yesterday's 4th of July events, what's coming up in July itself. Also, were you able to send that clip to Taylor about the opening at the hub, the video clip we were talking about?
I will send it whenever we get back, or actually I'll have Jessica send it whenever we get back.
Okay.
She's got it, yeah.
Okay, we'll put it on the comment section.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But, I was there at one of your ribbon cuttings, I believe, last week. I lose track of dates. And
They all run together.
It was a very informal thing. It was nothing like, crowning the Pope or anything. It was very, laid back and loose. But I'm glad to see y'all here. I always enjoyed talking to the Chamber of Commerce. I was going to ask about not just what y'all can do, but how y'all differ really from, say, a networking group, like I'm in, some of the benefits of being in the chamber. And that ribbon cutting, I thought, was a pretty nice little thing.
Right.
And also it showed to me this is a fairly small business. It doesn't have to be like a mega business with several employees. This was a small one-person operation. So anyway, before we jump in then and meet these lovely ladies, let's just talk about the sponsors real quick. Also, thank you to Daniel at CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire, over behind Stone Soup. My wife loves that restaurant, so I give them a free shout out. But anyway.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, so CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. Look on the website for the membership plans and the training regimens and whatnot. They have the whole thing for you, so you don't just have to go in there and start throwing iron. They're going to help you out with all the workout. Also, thank you to Shandy Stogsdill. She's busy, to say the least, because there's a lot of people moving, as y'all well know. Y'all probably get real estate data every month or every quarter at least, maybe at least an update of what's going on, don't you?
No, we really don't.
Not really, don't have for. Oh, I thought
we really
you
don't. No,
Well,
no.
you need to.
We have people come in, and ask us about, hey, what do we do here, or we're moving in, and we have people call us and say, can you send us information? And we do when we get those calls.
Okay. Well, she's going to be on probably in August or early September to talk about what's happening with real estate, particularly with the economy going the way it is, and it's very uncertain and whatnot. And we can talk about that as well. But also, and speaking of economy, I texted with Rex Russell yesterday about his thoughts on the economy. And if you want to know those thoughts, give him a call or check out myfinancialbox.com. I'm not going to divulge the contents because that would get us both in trouble. But anyway, if you're, but you've seen the stock market. Let's see what the stock market's doing right now. I'm sure it's doing wonderfully. I'm just looking at it at 11:08. Oh, it's only down 553 points. Well, yeah. Anyway, so he can help you through these kind of ups and downs through the whole thing. So give him a holler or check out myfinancialbox.com. Also, thank you to Gayla over at Southern Gym. My wife is there right now. Are you ladies ever been to Southern Gym? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, you have. I know,
have,
but how about
yeah.
y'all?
I have not, but I will.
You need to. It's well, it's not. It's some very nice inventory, but they also do cleaning, repairs. A lot of our businesses repairs. I don't know, can't guess the percentage, but I know they do a bunch. Also, design, the whole thing. It's a full service jewelry store on top of the Windmiller building. And my wife works there this summer. She works at Centennial normally, but during the summer she's working there, so keeps her out of the pool hall. And so, also thank you to Michelle. I'm going to have Michelle on on Thursday. She has Hotworks over in 731. You're shaking your head. You know what this is? You ever been in Hotworks, ladies?
I've never been,
Yeah.
but I know all about it.
Well, it's very popular.
Yes.
Because you can get a good workout without all the hair pulling and carrying on, and so it's it's a very safe, secure environment. I think that's important for ladies to know that, and they have men clients as well. It's not strictly just for women, certainly, but just saying that for those that security is a concern or something, they got that well taken care of, and so so you can do that. Also, you may have noticed when we came in on the show that I have a nice new hat. See, Mr. Allard's Neighborhood.
Beautiful.
And yeah, it is. Well, it's
And my coffee cup.
and the coffee cups for the ladies. So I have some of those that were made by Mandy Harden over at Creative Concepts by Mandy. I have a few spares of all these things. If you want one, just let me know, and we'll find a way to get it to you. I don't know how, maybe package it up or whatnot, or meet you somewhere. But I have a few of these, but it's really nice. She's part of these previous three ladies, Michelle and Gayla and Mandy, are all members of the BNI networking group I'm in, the BTX. It was our local chapter. And the chamber is not really the same thing as a networking group like I'm in, but it operates as one, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the difference is pretty much, in the networking group, you join that and it's more intentional. So you have one person from each industry or from a particular industry, whereas the chamber represents, we may have 4 or 5 plumbers that we recommend, or 10 or 11 realtors, or whatever it is. But if you join one of the networking groups, there's it's very intentional.
Right. There's one seat. I have the radio podcast seat. And
there you go.
I don't know how many people are knocking on the door to get in and take my seat, but there. but this, what does happen with BNI is that we'll have somebody like a realtor or somebody that where the seat's already taken, and we have to tell them sorry. Now, we're always, we define the job descriptions pretty narrowly. So, if you're like a commercial realtor versus a residential, but I think both those seats are taken as well. But I'm just saying, we break it down as narrow as possible to get as many people as possible. Y'all don't have to worry about that.
No.
How many realtors do you think you'll have? A dozen?
No, we probably have maybe 15.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few, yeah.
And, and so at your meetings, basically you have them square off against each other, and and who the last one standing gets the reference. Right. That doesn't work quite that way.
No. We're all about we share the wealth, we share the love.
And y'all are probably less expensive than we are.
Oh yeah.
But for me personally, BNI worked out really well because 3 of my sponsors came from there. So I it worked for me, and I'm sure joining the chamber works for your members.
Right.
How does it work for your members?
Well, we have, for example, like, these things that you have right here, we have 3 different businesses that actually do this. So we have our August the 3rd BISD New Employee Luncheon coming up.
And I remember that.
Yeah. So what I've done was, on our Facebook page and stuff, I remind our members, hey, listen, we have this coming up. We're asking that, our members bring in 200 items for our gift bags for the teachers. And these are the 3 companies that we recommend you use. So I used, all 3 of them that were members so that, again, they can go to any of them, that are members of the chamber.
Would you ever put in a position where they say, I need a realtor, I'm going to check out the Chamber of Commerce, and they ask you, which should I use? And you got 15 or so. Do you just say, they're all good and whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all good. Here's their contact information.
But you don't pick one over the other.
No. We love everybody. We love everybody. We recommend everybody. We don't have favorites. We can't have favorites. That's not what a chamber does.
Well, right. And so in my situation, it's say we need somebody that has auto insurance. I know somebody within there. Now, my sponsors always have come first, and BNI knows that. They've always known that because this is what they're asking me to do for them, of course.
Right.
But if at all possible, I'll try to direct it within the group. But I did tell them right from the get-go, my sponsors always will take priority.
Right. Which is why you got 3 sponsors out of the group.
Pretty much. But also, Daniel and Shandy have been here since the beginning. So if we had a member that wanted to do what they did, Daniel and Shandy are going to get the first look,
right?
Because that's because the privilege of what they do for me. But anyway, I want to talk to these 2 ladies here. This is you're both named Jessica, so I don't know. Well, I'll point to you. Okay, you're Jessica Pounds, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're Jessica
Montemare.
Okay,
yes.
Let's start with you because I know you were hired last week, 2 weeks ago. Last week. Now, Gabrina, last time we talked, you said you only needed 1, but I guess you're so busy now you need 2?
Well, Yes. Okay. So when Michelle was here, we were going to hire a third person, and then when Michelle left, and we miss her tremendously, she that left 2 positions open.
Really?
Yes, it did. So.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Ms. Pounds. You a native Burlesonian?
No, I am from Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. You drove all the way from Maryland just to join our chamber?
Well, when I was 20 years old, I enlisted in the United States Navy and met my husband there, and he was from this area.
Really?
And so when it was time for us, when we were about to be discharged, we think, okay, are we going to move to Texas? Are we going to move to Maryland? Or are we going to stay here in Virginia where we were stationed? And it was no question we were moving to Texas.
Of course. I mean, I'm thinking, how long did that conversation take? I mean,
it wasn't even a conversation, really. It was just like, we already know.
Was it the right choice for you?
Absolutely. You know, when I first moved here, I probably cried my eyes out for the first 2 weeks because it was so different and I missed my family. But I know that I was put here for a reason, and I absolutely love it here.
Well, how long you been in Texas?
Since 2010.
Okay, so you're getting there. You're used to these summers now. Of course, this one's going to be brutal. But
Oh man.
So I asked my husband, how long do I need to be in Texas so I can say I'm a Texan? And he said, you need to live here half of your life. And I was like, but I've already been bitten by fire ants. I've been to the state fair. I've done this. I've, done that. And I was like, I think it's more about the experiences than
have you been to the Alamo yet?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you got that off the list of Texans. You've had multiple barbecue restaurants. There
Absolutely.
You go. There's a lot of Texas things.
Taking pictures in the blue bonnets.
Oh, yeah.
Done that.
Yeah. College football game? You been to one of those yet?
Yes.
Okay, good.
TCU.
TCU. I'm sorry. I said college football, not. I'm a Baylor graduate, so I got a hammer on TCU. But that's so. You made the right choice, right? I think so. I think this is God's country, but that's just me.
I love it here.
And you, Jessica.
Hi.
Okay. All right. Are you from this area?
I am. Well, not born, but I've been in Burleson for about 18 years.
What do you think of it? Isn't it
Oh, I
great?
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you came here intentionally then, I guess,
Yes.
for employment or just because you want to get out of where you were or what?
I came here for my boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband.
Well, that's a good reason to come
yes.
here.
We both followed our men to Burleson.
That's how we get to grow as a community. We send these guys out, they get married, they bring them in.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's been a good choice. Where'd you come from?
Lubbock.
Oh, boy. Burleson's like Manhattan compared to Lubbock. You kidding me?
Hey, easy. I'm from Lubbock too.
Yeah, you're a big tech girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, geez. But anyway, so this is your first day.
It is.
What'd you do beforehand?
I did admin.
For?
Centrasol.
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
It's a care flight billing company.
Oh, okay. And so then you decided to do this instead.
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all are still over Babes, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a nice place to work. I mean, it's a nice area to work, and you always go to lunch and go to afterwards to happy hour at Fresco's or something like that. And, Fresco's. I really like that restaurant, and I like El Phoenix and Rio Mambo for all different reasons. They're all different, and I like that fact that we were in Burleson. When I moved here, was Jose's, which is the old China King building that's next to. It's on Wilshire.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
All right, you know
yeah.
where I'm talking about. But it was terrible food. I mean, it was awful. But it was the only place in town you can get a drink. With a membership or whatnot. So. But the food wasn't good at all, and so there you are. But I believe they're going to be doing something with that. I think Alex Phillips, when he was on here last week, or the week before, said there's some company looking at it, so doing something with that. Yeah, so let's hope so.
Yeah.
So, okay, Ms. Pounce, what do you do for the chamber?
So I am the new communications and government relations coordinator. So I'm taking over the social media. I am in charge of all the communication efforts and pretty much
everything.
whatever Gabrina needs me to do.
Yeah. And Jessica, what do you do?
I am the administrative member service coordinator.
So, and what does that entail?
She doesn't know yet.
Yeah, okay. You just hired her and you said, "Oh, we'll let you know." You must have been very persuasive.
I was, and then it's funny because when they got on, Jessica said, "Well, do I have any paperwork to fill out or anything so I can get paid?" I said, "But get paid. This is did I forget to tell you this is a volunteer position?"
And you bought that, right?
Yeah.
It's too late. Yeah.
I went halfway through the day and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We're supposed to fill out some paperwork.
To me, though, it sounds like a pretty good job because you're going to be out and about, meeting people, not stuck on a desk the whole time. I mean, I'm sure you got desk time with social media and whatnot and, taking phone calls from clients and potential clients and whatnot. But, it seems like you're going to be right at the pulse of everything that goes on in this city. And as somebody who's lived here for 30 years, I could tell you, the pulse 30 years ago was a lot slower. and now you got all these things going on, the not just parades and such, but you just got a lot of activity and you're going to be right there in the middle of it. That's probably part of the appeal of the job, I would imagine.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. You want to be in the know, of course. You may have heads up on certain things, but you probably hear the news at the same time we do about certain things, right? Because I know Alex, you can't get anything out of him.
Oh, no.
I tried twice. Hey, tell us what's coming in. Oh, can't do that.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it.
So when you hear about a business coming in, he did tell me what was going in on Wilshire where the old Church of Christ property was. Mm-hmm. Do y'all contact these people before or when they get to town?
Well, the idea is to actually go out and meet them before they join the chamber, but it's like as soon as they open their doors, they join the chamber, and we have this plan to go out and meet the new people that are in and go take them a potted plant and say welcome to Burleson, and we'd love to offer you a free membership for a year to just kind of get you acclimated, but they're already joining the chamber, so we haven't even had a chance to do that yet.
So has the membership grown in the past year or so?
It has. I mean, actually in January, from January to April, we had 46 new members.
Wow.
So that's a lot.
That is.
We're about 475.
Really? I really had no idea what to guess, how large your membership was. But because when you say it's Burleson area, they don't have to be strictly within the city limits.
No.
How far away do you have to be to really qualify the Burleson area?
I mean, we have members from Fort Worth. We have members from Allen. We have members.
Allen, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, they just want to be a part of the community and just, support in one way or another. We have people, Mansfield, we are a Burleson area, but we share a lot of members with Keene, Cleburne, Alvarado.
I bet that Keene Chamber of Commerce is a real party.
You know what? That Paul, he does a great job.
I'm sure he does.
He does a great job.
My job before this, I was a reporter for the Cleburne Times Review. But because of COVID, they laid off a lot of reporters. But I used to cover the city of Keene, and I would go to all of the Keene Chamber events, and their luncheons were pretty fun.
I'm sure they were, but Keene it's a different town, and I mean it's a nice town. I'm not slamming it.
And it's growing a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Well, they need a grocery store there, but they still don't have one.
Yeah.
I always find that amazing, but whatever. If they're happy, that's great. You're interested. You talk about your reporting past. It's one of the most unfortunate things that's happened in this change over media is the demise almost of the daily newspaper or even the weekly local newspaper. The Burleson Star is still missed.
Yeah.
And I knew several people that worked for it, and they've had to go on to other things, I guess. But it just was kind of unfortunate. I tell you, the best part of the Burleson Star was the arrest reports because all the teachers, the teachers would get and they'd open it up in the library, in the office, and say, "Okay, do we know any? Oh, I know that one. I had him. Oh, I'm surprised to see him on there.
It
was great. Hey, I know teachers can be like that. But, now you worked for you said. Medical airlifting company? Billing, okay.
For air.
Did you work at home and all that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It didn't interfere with me. I had to be there still.
No, okay. COVID or no COVID, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so you were going to be taking care of the customers, so to speak,
Yes.
Not just handling the financial end of it, their dues. Is there a monthly due or just a yearly dues?
No, well, it's yearly dues, but if, right now businesses, I mean, some of them can't afford the yearly dues, and that's okay. So,
how much are they?
It's $235 for 0 to 10 employees, and then it just kind of goes up from there. You know, it's $22.25 a month if you're on the $235.
That's a
membership.
bargain.
It is. It really is.
Well, it really is, because I mean, I'm just seeing like the event we went to last week for that gentleman, small business like that, $22.50 a month. I don't know how he structured it, but still, he's probably, you know, if he gets one client out of it, he's already money ahead, and that's how I looked at the networking group. And so you're making sure that they're happy and
Of course.
content.
Yes.
I can't imagine what complaints they would have, but I guess there's always going to be somebody that's going to be disgruntled, I guess. And I could tell, Gabrina, you're really good at smoothing that one over. I could just tell. I get this impression that if you had a disgruntled client, you'd go by and visit, and 10 minutes later, you know, y'all laughing and singing and hold hands.
Yeah,
you know?
singing Kumbaya.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's how it is. But and you know, and Jessica's, her position is basically going to be doing what I'm doing now. You know, and I'm going to be going out and actually meeting all the new members. And my goal is to meet every single member that we have, you know, and get to know each one of them. It's going to take time, you know, and then as we add new members, then continue to meet them. You know, people that aren't members yet, new businesses that are coming in, you know, I'd love to go and meet them, shake their hands, just say, welcome to the community, you know. So I'm going to be out of the office probably maybe, I'm guessing an average of 3 days out of the week, you know, just doing what the board and I feel like, you know, the executive director should be doing, and that's going out and forming these relationships and letting them know, hey, you know, these are the benefits of being a chamber member, you know, and let's partner up together. Come join us in doing this, and we've got this event, and how can we help you? And, you know, what is it? What are your goals? What are, you know, how can the chamber help you? And then once we get that, then come back and bring it to the team and say, hey, you know, this is I'm seeing a lot of people that are asking for this. Let's figure out how we can go and make this happen.
Okay.
You know?
And so like that ribbon cutting event we went to for Mr. Beardsley, I believe his name was.
Duty free.
Yeah. You know, and I thought that's an interesting business, but if you're not familiar with vast listening audience, it's basically he'll clean the dog poop out of your lawn or whatever else. Keep it clean so you don't have to mess with it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I thought that's an interesting business. But he's been doing it for like 12 years.
Yeah.
And he's apparently making, you know, at least enough money to keep it going. So,
I know it.
And so those are the kind of things I think the chamber can help the most. I mean,
absolutely.
Do you have big clients like HEB or something like that?
Yeah. HEB's a member, you know, and they're very supportive of us. And you know, right now, so we kind of have like Chamber A and Chamber B, if you will. Chamber A is more along the lines of the businesses, you know, the small local businesses that, you know, they could use our services, marketing, social media, networking, you know, all of that kind of stuff, partnering up with us on events. And then we have Chamber B, if you will, of the larger industries that, you know, like the Golden State Foods,
Right.
McLean Foods, RLS Premier, Chicken E, you know, they do stuff basically nationwide. They really, you know, to say they need the chamber, they really don't. So what we're working on right now is we're trying to get an industry roundtable together, just, you know, an initial meeting to say, hey, you know, you guys pay your dues, but what does the chamber do for you? Really, at this point, you know, you don't need our services. So what kind of services can the chamber provide to you to where you're not just giving us money and not getting anything out of return?
I don't know if I would say they're not getting anything out of return. I mean, they are being good citizens of the community.
Right. Yeah.
You know? And
yeah.
I think, you know, I know they're paying their dues and whatnot, but
Right.
I think it's appropriate for somebody like HEB or Golden State to be members of the chamber. Because they expect a lot from the city.
Right.
They expect a lot from us as customers. I mean, to patronize their businesses, and you know, we support them through the city government,
Right.
and whatnot. So I think they do get something out of it. They get the ability to return to the community, and I know HEB is really big on that because they do a lot
Right.
I had a lot of students that worked there, and they had scholarship opportunities and things like that. But but the smaller ones really probably benefit the most.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and
But we as a chamber, we want to reach all avenues. You know,
Sure.
we still focus on the small businesses, and I mean, if the larger industries say, we could really use help in this, then we'll get our committee together and we'll figure out how we can do that so that everybody feels like they're getting something, in return,
Okay, I'm going to run the second round of ads. Then I'm going to talk about. I'm not asking you to prognosticate the economy, but do y'all plan for such things? You look ahead and say, okay, this might be happening. We need to make sure that these people feel like their money is well spent because I'm afraid we're going to be hitting some harder times pretty soon. And I just want to ask you how do y'all prepare for that, and also about the 4th of July parade, how that went, and all that. Would y'all ladies part of that too?
I was not.
Okay.
I did not. I was planning on it, but I got injured on Friday.
Oh,
so.
You okay?
I'm okay now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a conflicting event, and with the church I would go to. So, well, and I was kind of like you after the parade, exhausted, I was tired. So, but anyway, let's talk about the next round. This would be, of course, Otto. Everybody knows Otto, our place. I'm sure y'all been there.
Yes. Fantastic.
He's a great sponsor. His son just got married yesterday, so that's a big deal.
Oh, congratulations.
Ryan runs the joint. Otto just walks around like a maitre d' or celebrity or something. But Ryan is a very, very fine young man, and so he's now married, and they're up in Chicago, where they're from, and having a good time. So thank you, Otto, for our place. Also, thank you to Chris at Wild Cigar. You ladies, I don't know if y'all been there. Do y'all have men in your life, or do you smoke cigars?
My father is a very big cigar aficionado.
Well, this is the place to take them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they have a really, really big humidor, and they have all sorts of brands, and they have trained tobacconists, not just some slob they hired, but somebody that's been, they got people that have training in this area, backgrounds in this area, and so you walk in, and you don't even know what you really want for a cigar, but this is the experience I want. So this is what you want over here.
It looks really fancy.
It is.
Very
but
elegant.
It's probably the nicest bar in town, but it's not. You don't have to wear a tie. So. But does your husband smoke cigars?
He does.
Yes. Okay, you need to take him over there.
Yes.
And they also have an open bar, a big bar, and it's. I like it because you can go in and you can hear yourself think. You're not getting blasted out. And they'll have the TV on, like sports or whatever, on mute. So if you want to keep up with that, but it's not like a sports bar at all.
It kind of reminds me of a place like that I used to go to in New York where you would actually go and conduct business.
Yeah, I was there a week ago Friday in the afternoon with a friend because he wanted to check out the cigar place. And there was, I would guess, at least 3, maybe 4 groupings of people, and I think they were conducting business.
I believe they also have like a conference room that
They
you
do.
can use too.
They do, and they, have patio out there, and it's look out onto the rest of the Windmiller building. But anyway, so check it out. Also, we have, come on, the next one. No, there you go. Local Life. Okay, I just getting a little confused here. Local Life. They had the big party last night. I'm sure it went well because Tiffany knows how to put on parties, to say the least. And I advertise with it, and it works for me. It really does because I don't get a lot of calls because of what I do. I mean, podcasting isn't the same thing as like retail, but I do get people call me up and say, "What is your show about?" And all this other business, and gives me an opportunity to promote the show. But I know for a fact that people that advertise do get a lot of calls because it goes to 30,000 homes. And Mary Slaney's on the cover. Did you see that?
I did.
So cute.
You know who Mary Slaney is?
I don't.
You will.
You will.
She's like Miss Burleson.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
You'll meet Mary Slaney. She is big into Old Town business groupings and promotes the city, and you will encounter her very, very soon.
She's on our board of directors too.
Yeah. And Mary is just a wonderful person. I mean, the very definition of a civic-minded person. I also had 2 of my friends in there. Daniel Basden was in that issue for Hometown Heroes, like Mary, and also Sarah Carlson. And Sarah Carlson, if you're not familiar with her, she runs a page on Facebook that is probably one of the best informative pages in what's going on in the community we have, if not the best. It is, I think it's the best. Where if you want to know what's going on at the library or at the parks or at the Brick or you name it, she's got it up there. And she posts routinely. And she's been on this show 3 or 4 times because she knows what's going on. So, but anyway. anything else? I think that's it. And there's, as far as I know, I usually have nonprofit ads, but I think people are taking a break. You know, they're taking a breath because I know that it's tough to be fundraising 24/7.
Right.
Now, I don't know if y'all get detailed economic reports or whatever else, but I'm sure y'all keep up with the news, and there's a lot of concern. How would the Burleson Chamber of Commerce be able to promote itself in a situation where the economy isn't growing as fast?
Well, I think it's more about making sure that our members feel like they are getting the benefit for what they're paying. I mean, right now we're actually trying to provide more opportunities for businesses and not necessarily charge them for that. For example, we teamed up with Melrose CPR, a couple of weeks ago and did a free CPR class. We didn't charge anything. I know Derek got some business out of that because, the Center for ASD actually sent some of their employees and they got certified. So, it's how can the chamber give back to these smaller businesses when they're hurting? Let's team up, let's partner, we had our realtor roundtable and, we didn't charge. I mean, going forward, we're going to do some lunch and learns and, talk about how, I think we're going to do it in September. We have Greg Woods and Brianna Jones that's going to come in, and they're going to show the difference in doing like videos and stuff. How doing a video for your business can help enhance your business, and we're not going to charge for the content of that. The only thing we're going to charge is $10 for your lunch, and that's it. So, that's kind of how I feel like the chamber's helping them is we're providing them more opportunities to grow and to, figure out what's gonna enhance their business, but we're not necessarily charging them for that.
Right, right. I would imagine when the times get a little leaner, that something like the chamber would be even more necessary. Because if you're flush and everybody is lined out the door for your business, you might not think, well, I don't need the chamber that much. But when you really need to be connected to the community, I would feel like during an economic tightening, whatever we want to call it, recession, et cetera, but we will be slowing down. Right.
And one thing that's really important, and I try to get this across to everybody that I meet is, if you think that becoming a member of the chamber and you paying your dues, all of a sudden the skies are going to part and clients and business is just going to fall in your lap to where you're never going to have to lift a finger again. That's not how that works. It's we're a tool in your tool belt. If you don't get us out and use us, then we're no good to you. I would rather you save your money and go spend it on something that you feel would be beneficial because, a lot of these people, like you said earlier, Gabrina, you can go and talk to somebody that's disgruntled. A lot of these people say, well, the chamber hasn't done anything for me. Okay, my question is, have you attended any networking events?
Right.
No. Have you attended any luncheons? No. Have you come to this? No. Have you looked at our directory? No. Have you updated your directory page? No.
Well, yeah, right. And that's kind of with the networking group I'm in, the ones that get the most benefit from it, put the most effort into it.
Exactly.
We call it giver's gain in BNI, but the ones that have really prospered have put a lot of time into it. And like I said, it took me a while to get some clients from BNI because they're not going to say, well, just because we shook hands and introduced each other, here's my check. I mean, they're going to have to get to know you after a while. And they're not going to get to know you if you're not showing up.
Right.
So I think the chamber offers multiple opportunities just from what I see to get to know each other. And that's probably the real business of the Chamber of Commerce. Isn't just to promote the community, but make connections.
Right, exactly.
Like one of my sponsors, Gala, I knew her 6 months before she came on board. And why? Because she wanted to know where her money was going and who I was and what kind of person I was and what kind of content would be on the show. And she wasn't just going to hand over a check.
Right.
And so, so there you are. I mean, that you're right. They have to put effort into these things.
Right. And, if we're teaming up or you're a sponsor of some of our events, we ask that you help promote that event, because the more, we're promoting it. And if you're a sponsor, then we ask that you help promote it too, because it's, especially like on these network at nights, it's your event, help promote it. And it seems like the more people that help promote it, those are the ones that really get a lot of people coming there, because it's, you have us promoting it and then them. And so, if it's just us, then,
I
take pride in your.
I regret missing the one at Moon Tower. It was about 3 weeks ago. How well attended was that?
It was good. We had about 50 people there.
50 people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good attendance.
Yeah, that's a great attendance.
Well, I really like that place, and so I'm glad to see they got some good exposure, because it's tough running a business.
It is.
I've been fortunate. I've been blessed that since the beginning of this enterprise 3 years ago, I've had people supporting me. But to open a business, it's a leap of faith.
Right.
And I guess this is where you come in, is when you're the ones dealing with the clients more directly, right?
Yes.
And you got to make sure that they're getting what they're asking for. Well, I think you'll find most members of the chamber understand it's not just what can I do for me, but what I can do for them also.
Right.
Most members, I think, understand what this is all about. The better chambers are the ones that people actively participate in. I guess, let's say that you have a member, though, that they haven't participated in like 8 months. Do you all say, hey, how about it, brother? You want to come? You need to show up more? Or do you remind them? Or do you say, hey, they paid their money, that's what they want to do? I mean, or do you all actively, try to keep these guys engaged to bring them back into the fold if they've been out for a while?
Yeah, and that's what, that's what my new position now that I have a great team. I'm working with a great team. That's what my new position is going to be, is to go out and see the ones that haven't been, because I know the people that are attending, I see them, you see the same people, you get to know them, you see their faces, their business, their names, they're now a name to you. So my goal is to go out and meet the ones that don't attend and say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Is there a problem? Is it, what is the chamber not doing? What service are we not doing that you're needing from us? And I think once, we're able to start doing that, then people will see, what, the chamber really does care about us,
Well, and I think care is a good word for it, because it's not just a check to y'all.
No, absolutely not.
I've gotten that impression easily. I mean, when I was at that ribbon cutting at the Hub last week, I think it was last week, wasn't it? Okay, I'm losing track of time.
Was it last week?
Yeah.
Like Tuesday,
the week before. Okay, yeah, it's all blurred into one. No, I could tell, not just you're concerned, or you're wanting to make sure he's welcome, but everybody in that room said they were just very kind. All those ambassadors were there in their nice jackets, and they were genuine in their greetings and their warmth for this guy, as opposed to thanks for the check.
Yeah.
And I've talked to a couple of people that are involved in other chambers. I got friends or relatives that are in other chambers, and it's, to them, it's their chambers. I'm not going to mention them because they're not even local. Okay, they're nothing local. They're like out of state, but they say their chambers are just perfunctory. They just go, they greet, and they go, and that's it. But y'all seem to try to genuinely create a community.
Right. Yes, exactly. And, and we have great ideas that are coming our way of different things that we can do. I mean, Jessica, we had a ribbon cutting last Tuesday, and she came up to me when she started on Monday and said, hey, I've got an idea on how we can do our ribbon cuttings. And she showed me a video, and I said, oh my goodness, that's great. And her, if you go on our website, it's RLS Premiere, and it's basically like a little 30-second commercial. So she goes in and she takes videos of the workplace. She takes still pictures. She, gets a video of the actual ribbon cutting, and then she goes back and she does a voiceover. So, when you do a ribbon cutting, we were doing it live, but then you have other people that are sitting there videoing on behalf of the business. So everybody gets the same video. It's just from a different angle. But, the way that she's doing it now is it's actually, nobody else has this video. It's it's actually a 30-second commercial. And so she was kind enough to send it to RLS and, let them use it on their stuff. And so that's a service that we can provide and it's a commercial. It's not, just sitting there doing a Facebook Live video, and
it was fun. No, Facebook
Live. Yeah. It was fun. Yeah, that was the one where I had the camera one way and it was like this way, and it was like, oh man.
Yeah.
But that's what we do. We're human. We make mistakes and we laugh about them, and we have a good time.
Yeah, it was low key. It wasn't Broadway,
fun.
so
it was fun. It was a good time.
Have y'all been to? You've been to one now, I guess. These ribbon cuttings, yes.
Oh, yes.
And you're still got your first one. Is there one scheduled this week?
I don't think. Let me look and see.
Give them a free shout out here.
Yeah.
Let me see.
We usually have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mm-hmm. No, we don't.
Well, there you go. And so now, if you already had a ribbon cutting, you can have like a re-ribbon cutting.
We can't have a re-ribbon. No. Yeah.
Just come by once a month, whatnot. But I guess you'll find out they're very fun, and there's usually some kind of small luncheon provided, sandwiches or something, and so it's a fun time, and it's very informal, and it's usually done at the place of business where it's
we like to do it at the place of business, but if they don't have a brick and mortar, then we'll do it at our office, or we'll do it like in front, at Barry Calvin Plaza in front of the train cars or something.
Not at 108 degrees, I hope.
No.
Or Camille's Hub still, I guess, is always available for that because she's always very generous.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm kind of wind down, but what do you have for July?
Okay, so July 12th, we have our business and breakfast. That's going to be at Texas Health Burleson. It's replacing our network at night just for this event, just for this month. They wanted to do a business and breakfast. It's going to be from 7:30 to 9, and that's the one out there by the QT going towards Joshua. Actually, July 12th, we do have a ribbon cutting, and that's going to be Star Tractor. I think it's Star Tractor. It used to be Cosper Tractor right there.
Oh, well, that I know that name, yes.
Yeah. And July 29th is our Power Hills Fashion Show. It's going to be at Lost Oak Winery from 11:30 to about 1:30ish.
Isn't the owner of Lost Oak on your board?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
She's our past chair, Roxanne Myers.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's our past chair, so she'll be real on.
That's a very nice winery.
It really is.
I've been to a couple of wedding receptions there or showers there, and
it's just not, and plus it's a fun family atmosphere. I've got a 6-year-old, and he loves to go and just run and play, and that's hey, go get your energy out, and then we get in the truck, and he's asleep on the way home.
That
so it's
works.
Great.
It's cheaper than Benadryl.
It is. Yes. Well, I don't know. It depends on how much wine you drink.
Yeah, there you go.
But a couple of our member events, we do have one July 10th. The Burleson Opportunity Fund golf tournament is going to be at Southern Oaks Golf Course.
I really like the BOF. I teach at Hill at night and also during the day sometimes if the schedule allows. And I can't tell you how many Burleson kids benefit from the BOF.
Yes.
And, it's a real blessing to this community.
Yes, I wish, we live in Alvarado and I know. And I wish there was a way we could get cash over here to be able to take care of that or to be able to take advantage of that. We just don't live in Burleson city limits.
Well, I'm not going to speak authoritatively on BISD. I do know a little while back they expanded the borders beyond the school district zone. So there may be a way you can get him in. So I'd check into that if there was, I'm not knocking Alvarado schools. I don't know much about them either way, but I can recommend Burleson schools.
Oh yeah.
And that's, the BOF is a good thing. How old is this Cash?
He's 6.
Okay. So you got a ways to go.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has plenty of time. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the BOF?
I am.
Okay, good. I mean, parents know about it, but I don't know if people who don't have college kids yet think much about it, but it's a big blessing because I've had
great program.
Hundreds of students that have come through Hill the last few years that otherwise may be struggling to get there. People think it's Hill College. It can't be that expensive. It is when you have no money.
Right. Yeah. I'm still paying off my student loan.
Yeah. Oh my.
I know. Yeah.
Wait. So back to the golf tournament.
Back to the golf tournament. It's at 8 a.m. Southern Oaks Golf Course. So, we want to really support them. July 16th is the Reach Council Cornhole Tournament, Toss for a Cause. It's going to be at 12 to 5, and it's going to be at Big League Dreams in Mansfield. And, Reach Council is a part of the chamber. So they're having an event, and this just goes to show our members, they're all over. And so we still try to support all of our members and stuff.
So I assume all this is available on the webpage.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
Now your responsibility, isn't it?
Yes. And those are all on our Facebook page and our different social media platforms.
What are those platforms?
We have Instagram, and we now have a TikTok account that we started last week.
I don't know if I want to do TikTok.
That is, our name is at Burleson Chamber. So if you want to follow us, we've got a lot of fun ideas for TikTok.
I guess, I don't know. I guess it's older types, young ladies here don't have no idea. But, to us, it's like, wow, PowerPoints, that's a cool invention,
Yeah.
Well, when TikTok first came out, I was a news reporter, and I would write stories about, teens and danger and stuff. So I was like, I'm never going to get a TikTok. But when I was in my master's program at Tarleton State University, I had to have a TikTok so I could learn the analytics and how it could help businesses. And it's actually really helpful for a lot of businesses. You just have to give it a chance.
Did you go to that one by Chisholm Trail?
I did.
Yeah,
yes.
It's very convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, anyway, so you look like a busy July as always. Is there a busiest time of the year?
It's usually around the spring.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, spring and fall. Summer really kind of dies down a little bit. Everybody's going on vacation, and it's so hot, so people don't want to get out, and so summer's really our if you will, if we have a slow time, it's probably going to be more in the summertime.
It didn't sound like it to me. So like you're booked every week,
Oh,
so.
you just wait till next year. We're averaging. We have 1 month, and that's December, that has one event. We have, I think February has 2 events. The rest of the year for next year has at least 3 events per month.
Good grief.
I mean, we're, again, it's how we can help small businesses. What are we doing to help small businesses? We're getting them out there. We're providing opportunities, so we're growing.
It sounds like it. It sounds like y'all are doing very well. Yes. I like to think it's because you come on the show once a month, but I think it predates that. I'm quite sure your momentum was started well before this, but that's okay. I like to flatter myself. But I want to run through the sponsors real quick, and then I'll give you ladies the last word again. Tell us what you want us to know. And there you go. Thank you, Daniel, over across at Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. I hope you're doing well. I hope you and Amber are doing well. Check out the local Life magazine article about him and Amber. They're both ex-students of mine. They're wonderful people, and it makes you really gratified as a teacher to see how well some of these young people develop. And same with Shandy. She's also an ex-student, and I'm very fond of her as well, and she's just a wonderful person. And she also is an exceptionally good real estate agent, so if you need some real estate in this area, she can help you with that. She also knows the markets. I have her on once a quarter, and she comes in prepared with all the data, so it isn't just stories or whatnot, or just what ifs. It's also, she knows the numbers, and that's very helpful. Thank you to Rex. He also knows the numbers. I know the market's going up and down, mostly down, and so you need to have somebody to keep you from jumping off the ledge. He can help you with your financial decisions. Hit myfinancialbox.com. Hit the link. Get to know him. Have some coffee. He's quite the character. You'll be glad you're a client. Thank you to Gayla. I hope you're having a great day over at Southern Gym. Hope you're selling lots of jewelry. Well,
she is to your wife.
She is. Oh boy, does she? No. If I had a little less fortitude, we'd be broke. But anyway, I just said before you say let's buy this, let me show you the mortgage payment here. Anyway, thank you, Gayla at Southern Gym at the top of the Windmiller Building. Thank you to Michelle Humphrey over at Hot Works. I'm going to have her on Thursday, like I said, and we'll talk a little bit about her business, but she just really wanted to talk about what's on her mind because she's got concerns like all of us do about what's going on in our country. And I said, we were talking about this. We have what we call one-to-ones at BNI, and we were visiting with her and her daughter, and she just had lots on her mind. I said, why don't you get on the show and talk about this? Okay. And she just, she's a concerned citizen. And so we'll be talking about that. Also, thank you to Mandy for these lovely hats and cups. Are y'all coffee drinkers or somebody
I am.
You are?
I am.
So you can go across the street and Joelle and say, fill her up or something like that. I don't know if they I let you use your own cups.
Bring your own cup.
Yeah, I don't know, but I really appreciate what she does. A lot of the people in B&I have used her, and they're all happy with her. So I'd say check her out on 1187. Also, thank you to Otto. Hope you're doing well. Hope you take care of yourself in Chicago. You know, it's rough, but he knows what to do. He's from there. He knows where to go and not to go. And congratulations, Kyle. I hope you do well, and I'm sure you'll do well in this new marriage. You're going to learn a lot of things in the next 6 months. Yeah. We all did, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. So thank you to Otto. Thank you to Chris over at Wild Cigar. Hope you're doing well. I'm probably going to be bringing a buddy over there sometime in the next few days, because it's a place you can go there and have a conversation without a lot of distraction. And I really like it. So thank you, Chris. It's also on the Standard, and Tiffany at Local Life. Great magazine. This is one of my favorite issues this month. The look on Mary, that cover article. If you know Mary, that picture captures her perfectly, and it's a good supportive institution for this town. And Tiffany will be on probably. She comes on roughly every about 6 weeks or so to talk about what's going on with her and her area of business. So I'll try to schedule her in. I got a full month myself. I got the mayor on next week. I got Sean Miner, the school board member, on next week. 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks. And Victoria Johnson's going to be on in about 2.5 weeks. So I got some big stars lined up.
Good deal.
Okay, so I always let the guests have the last word. So Jessica, I'll start with you. Just tell us what you would want us to know about.
I'm just excited to be here, and it's an honor to work with Gabrina. I mean, the little that I do of know her, she's amazing, and I know she's going to do great things with the chamber.
You have to keep up with her, so you're going to need that coffee. Well, you're going to do great, and you'll find that the people of Burleson, there's an overwhelming majority of them are just rock solid people, and it's a good community.
Yes.
And how about you, Ms. Pounds?
So I've been with the chamber for a week already, and there's just such great energy. We're bouncing ideas off of each other, and we have so much planned. So I just want to say, just keep an eye on our Facebook page. We have a lot of things that are coming up that will benefit our members.
Well, y'all are both welcome anytime that you want to bring. Now, you can bring guests as well.
Yeah,
you mentioned one at the last ribbon cutting.
Yes, Melissa Sodders with Homes for Heroes. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and what I want to do is now that we're kind of getting everything in place, I do want to start bringing in guests as, again, another added benefit to being a chamber member.
You can advertise that all you want.
Yeah, and just remind everybody to sign up for our weekly e-blast. You can go to our website at burlesonchamber.com. And there's 5 little boxes. The last one says e-blast sign up. Sign up for that, and you'll start getting our weekly e-blast. Jessica's putting out a governmental relations e-blast now. That's just kind of letting everybody know what's happening in the community, and around things that might benefit
local,
or
state,
effective.
and federal levels.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Now, you mentioned guests. Anytime you want to bring a guest, just let us know about that morning, maybe, and we'll put it up. The little promotional we do. And you could tell any new members or current members if you want to come on the show.
Yeah.
As your guest, they're welcome to do so.
Okay.
Tiffany has the same deal. She's brought her now fiance, Jimmy Nico.
Oh, I love him. He was training our dog.
Yeah,
he's sweet.
He's so she's brought guests on before too. So it's kind of like it's good for me because it helps community, helps numbers, all these things. So I always enjoy it, but I appreciate y'all coming.
Well, thank you for having us.
And this will be, guys out there in the listening audience, so it's on YouTube, and we'll have this on Apple and Spotify by noon tomorrow at least. And so y'all take care, try to stay cool, and we'll see y'all Thursday.
Thank you.
All right.